All right, if you're here for something concise, something short, something well edited, something high quality, well thought out, well planned, go somewhere else. That's not what I do here. I do single takes, I do no editing, and I blather on and on and on for minutes beyond what is necessary to convey my point. And this is free and you don't have to watch it. So yeah, I guess I really don't need to expand on that point. So the Defy Insidious. There's one other guy who's done a video on one of these on YouTube that I've found. His is the Dyneema version. Great dude. God, I'd give him a shout out if I could remember his name. I don't remember the channel name. If I think of it, I'll put it in the description. But great video, great review. And he does single take too, but he's just better at this than I am. So I would suggest you go watch his video. But here's my take. So Defy is a... shut the chickens up. Defy is a U.S. made brand. They're in Chicago and they make bags, and they're bags. I don't know. I have Pacific Northwest accent, so talk kind of weird. Bags that they make in Chicago out of various materials: Dyneema, X-Pack, leather, wax canvas, ballistic nylon. In this case, we're looking at a version of the Insidious that is, I think, 1,000 denier ballistic nylon and Horween leather. And I have an option here. These normally don't come with the Mr. Gripper. That's what this is called. And I ordered the matching oxblood leather Mr. Gripper to go up here. So that is an add-on accessory. A lot of people like to complain and whine about stuff like that. That's not what I do in my videos. I don't like to complain and whine. It's like 25 bucks extra. It was worth every cent. And spoiler alert, this is a great bag. And if you're considering one and you understand the dimensions and how that would fit into your life, then I would highly suggest this bag. So too long, don't read. But if you want details, we'll go. So I just got this yesterday. I haven't had the chance to actually test this in the field. I carry a bag with me. Not only because I'm a dad, and dad, you have to have dad stuff, but I'm a tradesman and field repair guy. And so my bag goes with me on my bicycle to work. I carry it with me everywhere at work, and then it comes on my bicycle home with me from work. And I've really struggled in recent years to come up with a perfect solution for this. Shape, size, dimensions, carry style, like all that matters. And I'm always looking for like the easiest solution to my problems. And I have to say, I think the Insidious is actually the first bag I've come across that's effectively perfect. The only thing I might change about this is on one side, maybe I would put like an external bottle holder, maybe like on the side that faces up on my back. But that is a really small nitpick, and even as kitted out as I have this bag, it still has room inside for like a Yeti or something like that. And I only carry bottles that can seal shut. Like I don't carry bottles inside of a bag that can spill. So, I mean, I guess they still could spill if you don't shut them right. But yeah, anyway, that's enough prattling. So I'll show you how I have this loaded out. I have carried it the past day and used it as it's laid out. This is the same stuff that I've used in a variety of bags. And as you can see over here, I have other bags out. These are other bags that I've used to a pretty large degree, a much larger degree than I've used this one. And I'm going to do another video where I go over these different bags and the different philosophies and how they've worked for me. So first thing, I really like sling bags. If you're doing long distance hiking or you're carrying a lot of weight, a backpack is the only way to go as far as I'm concerned. I do have neck disc and back disc problems, as well as a torn rotator cuff. So I'm just a big steaming pile of problems at the moment. And I work out a lot, which helps with all those injuries. The more you work out, the less you're going to pay for your mistakes. And so, I can get away with a fairly decent amount of weight on a sling. But hearing something out there. Anyway, In any other case, I can get away with it. So I like this bag quite a bit for its shape and size. So sorry, I got thrown off my thought process and I do single takes. So now I'm going to show you the bag. So we already talked about the Mr. Gripper. That's an add-on accessory. You know, do it or don't do it. I don't care. This is the oxblood leather front. Okay, they have a bunch of different versions of this bag and a bunch of different materials. Some have like molly loops on the front, some are made out of canvas, so on and so forth. They make a smaller version of this bag called the Insidious Junior. My original order was actually for the Insidious Junior, which is essentially the same bag, but this is a 10-liter bag and the Junior is a 6-liter bag. And the Junior has 2 compartments, not 3. And the Junior is, you know, roughly this much shorter. So it's just smaller in this dimension. I'm really glad I sized up. I emailed them, asked them to cancel the Junior, and then I ordered this one on my own. And that was a really, really good idea for me. I'm a really big guy, so the bigger pack just makes more sense. And then you're going to see how I have it loaded out. Now, these other bags I'll go over in a separate video all carry the exact same amount of stuff that I have in here currently, okay? So this is my going to work loadout. In the front here, you'll see easy access. I have a rat's tourniquet. This is my tech accessories. You know, I have chargers and earplugs and work gloves and all kinds of stuff like that. This is medical only, so this has my medications. It's got Israeli bandage. It's got some trauma gear. And I really have come into using separate pouches. It's just easier that way. And you can see I put the medical cross on there. Is it perfect? No, but it works. And in this front pouch, it's actually fairly spacious, and it has these 2 large drop pockets here. And those pockets are actually large enough that I could put the pouches inside these drop pockets if I so felt like it. I'm not doing that currently. So this is how I'm laying this out for now, and it seems to work just fine. What I'd like to do is get a red pouch, and eventually I will, and I'll make that my designated medical pouch because it's just be solid red. And that's a little bit easier. But I like carrying medical supplies. You know, of all the things I carry on me, the one that I would miss the most in an emergency is the ability to save someone's life. I actually know somebody who came across a very bad car accident in a rural area and saved a little boy's life by applying a tourniquet. And I know better. So if I don't have at least one tourniquet on me, you could save someone's life with that. And I've met people who scoff at it and think it's a stupid idea, and I think they're the biggest idiots I've ever met in my life, because $15 and something that small, you save someone's life, you're a fool for not doing it. An absolute trash human being as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'll get off my high horse. If you know better. So this is the main compartment. You can see I have this kitted out pretty good. There's actually still a decent amount of room in here, so I could carry extra tools if I need to load up. I could throw a lightweight rain jacket in here if I needed to. I could throw a thermos in here if I needed to. So I like having just a little extra room. I don't want a ton of extra room. My loadout is pretty consistent, and it's nice to have a tight, compact package. So I have a set of work gloves here. I usually carry 2 sets. In the wintertime, sometimes I'll do a thin set and a heavy set. This is my tool bag. It has pliers, Milwaukee 12-volt battery, like a whole bunch of Klein tools, stuff like that. It's a maintenance repair guy. Maybe I'll go over that in a separate video. It's not really germane to what we're doing here. And then I have my little M12 fuel surge driver. Really good for maintenance and repairs. So see, I have some glasses here. And I have my work keys right here on a really nice clip. We'll take a look at that clip here in a moment. And then I have a little battery tube. CR123s. You know, if I really wanted to streamline my kit, what I would do is use my rechargeable, I'd carry my rechargeable lights, and I wouldn't have to carry so many extra batteries. But, you know, I'm always kind of messing with that kind of thing. So anyway, on the main pocket, it's just a big open pocket here in the middle. And then you have a drop pocket here that's fairly large on the side. Obviously, we have 2 similar sized drop pockets here on this side. And then we have we have another big drop pocket behind those. So that's really nice. And then we have this really high quality key hook. This is metal. All the hardware on this bag is metal. They don't use plastic. So this hook here is all metal. It's very sturdy, and I'm sure the bag stitching or fabric would fail far before this hook would. And then we have 3 pen slots here. I'm just using the one there for the Sharpie. I always like having a Sharpie. You know, if you're out in the field, the Sharpie is just an invaluable tool. And I don't know how somebody could be a field repair person and not have a Sharpie. So now you get to suffer through watching me put all my stuff back. And then we'll go over the last and final pocket in the back there. So you can see it's just everything fits in here real nice. And like I said, there's actually more extra room in here than it looks, you know. And something else to point out too is these excellent zippers. They're super high quality. The pulls are nice. They've attached the pulls in such a way as to not create odd torque on the zipper pull itself, so they operate very smoothly. And they have this weatherproofing strip on there. And then of course, here's our grab handle, right? One thing I'll point out now, since I'm here, one of the ways I like to carry my bag frequently is like this. The shape, size, and grab handle location on this bag and the ability of this bag to stand up on its own make it essentially a perfect tool bag. That's what people say about me frequently. I'm a perfect tool bag, and you know, maybe they're not wrong. But yeah, this is fantastic. The balance is great. You know, keep the heaviest stuff in the center, and it doesn't list. It doesn't carry weird. It's very comfortable just to carry it this way, which is great. And then back here we have the technology pocket. Now the technology pocket's actually pretty big, and as you can see, this is my commercial pool and spa log. That's what I do for a living. Well, I do a couple other things for a living too, but my 9 to 5, for lack of a better term, is taking care of commercial pools and spas. So, and I keep my own personal log, so I like keeping that back here. This represents a 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's exactly the same size, and that'll fit right in here. I can put them both in there, no problem. This pouch is pretty large. One of the things that could be kind of annoying to people is if you did put a computer in here, this bag being wider than it is tall, you know, it will slide around a little bit. So it's not gonna hold it snug and tight like as much as it would be in, say, like a backpack, generally speaking. You know, you can put it in a case. There's things, you know, stuff a t-shirt in there. I don't know. There's other things you can do. Something else too to notice is I don't know that there's engineered into this that they put this. There's this back kind of pocket here, and then there's the front pocket. The back pocket does sit up a little higher, so it could be engineered into the bag to give the computer or piece of technology that might be sitting back in here a little buffer area to protect it. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but whatever you put in here is going to sit up just a little bit higher than whatever you set in front of that pocket, which is why I've been keeping my notebook here down in there instead of in the divider side. Well, let's see if I can demonstrate that actually. So there it is in the, yeah, so you can see it does sit up a little higher. Now it's still zipped shut, it's just a little bit tighter than if I set it here. You can see it very clearly can easily zip shut. So I think that the use of space on this pack and the organization on this pack is the best I have ever seen in any pack I've ever had. The hardware is top notch. There's absolutely nothing to complain about here. I am beyond satisfied with this, and I think this is actually the perfect solution to the problem I've been trying to solve all this time. Let's take a look at the strap. The strap, if there is magic involved in this bag, it's in this strap. This is the most comfortable strap of any kind I've ever experienced. Yesterday, I carried this Spyderco VanQuest Envoy 13. It has a similar strap on it. It's got the sling strap on it. It doesn't have the messenger bag strap on it. And this is a sling, right? So it's the same style of strap. I have the exact same loadout, and this one is far more comfortable. It's far more comfortable because it's skinny and long. So the way it sits on your back is just better. And then the width of this strap The padding is perfect. It's not over padded. It's not under padded. And then the width of the seatbelt material they decided to use, it just distributes the weight in such a way as to make this incredibly comfortable, beyond any sling I've ever had or tried in the past. And the shape of this bag also makes it less likely that you would actually have to make use of a stabilizer strap. You know, I might still get one. They're fairly expensive from Defy because Defy uses these Australpin Cobra buckles. So this is like the most legit buckle I've probably ever seen in my life. It's brass and steel, I believe. And it's a legit like special forces level Cobra buckle. They are proud of these buckles, and they ought to be. These buckles are $30. So $30 of the cost of this bag is right there. And that's what they're paying for it. So that's without them marking up the part, right? They buy this Cobra buckle. So if you look at some of their messenger bags and some of their backpacks have 2, maybe even more, 3, 4 of these buckles. I mean, that's that's over $100 just in buckles. It's kind of amazing to me they can sell their bags for what they're selling them for with this kind of hardware. To give you an idea, I think out the door, like after shipping and taxes, I paid something like $280-ish for this bag. These VanQuest Envoys, perfectly fine bag, a foreign produced, not made in America, a lot of plastic hardware as well. These are selling for like $220. So $220 versus $280. It's just no freaking brainer. I mean, it's no brainer. Nothing against VanQuest. I have other VanQuest products. I think they're fine. I prefer American-made stuff, but I'm not here to talk smack about VanQuest. This is a great bag. It's a great product. Everything I've had from VanQuest has been great. But for an extra $60, like I don't know what crack you have to smoke to go with this over this. You know, if you're talking about $150 difference, then I would understand. But with such a close price, I don't know why somebody would get a foreign produced inferior product, frankly, over something like this. So anyway, there's the look at the strap. I'm going to move the camera and put this on and try to give you all a look at how this is on me. So if you watch my other videos, I apologize for making this repetitive. I am 6'2.5". I am 255 pounds, thereabouts. I do lift weights. I'm very broad in the shoulders, just in general, a big guy. So here's what this Insidious 10-liter bag looks like. That's with the strap tightened. Here's the side view. Here's the front view. I just can't heap enough praise on this strap. So, if you want to see how the Insidious looks compared to some of my other bags, make sure you tune in next time I post a video on bags, because it will be the comparison between this and 3 other bags. I'm going to compare it to the VanQuest Envoy 13. Mine's the Spyderco variant. It's just a different color scheme, and it has the Spyderco bug logo on it. Other than that, it's exactly the same as the VanQuest Envoy. I have a Filson medium field bag, and I have a Filson, it's a zippered tote. And the zippered tote has been my main bag that I've been using lately. It's just been a good fit. It's a little bigger than I needed, and it doesn't have, you know, this kind of capability with a strap on it. So this is going to take the place of that. And so far, I'm really happy with that decision. Yeah, and just not enough good things to say about this Defy bag, man. These guys know what they're doing. They know how to build a bag. It's incredibly high quality. Their customer service is great. I started off ordering a different product. I called them, you know, or I emailed them, excuse me, to cancel that. They did. I reordered this one. Oh, what else was there? And I wasn't even considering, I was thinking about not even opening the box and just sending it back. And I don't normally do stuff like that. So I don't really feel good about ordering things and sending them back without you know, like I don't want to do that to an American business. But what happened was I was using a bag and it wasn't really working out for me. And I had given the VanQuest 13, the Envoy 13 to my mom, and she wasn't really using it, but she couldn't remember where it was. And so I said, well, hey, you know, like I don't want it back if you're using it, but if you're not using it, I'd like it back, and I'm gonna put that one back into service. And so she found it after I ordered the Insidious. And so my thinking was, well, shoot, I'll just send the Insidious back now that I got the Envoy back. And I was like, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to open it up and give this thing a look. And boy, am I glad I did. The way this thing carries, the way it sits on my back, the comfort of it, the quality of it, it'd just be stupid to send this thing back. It's amazing. So, yeah. And of course, I like to follow up and do long-term reviews. It could be a year, it could be 2, but eventually I'll get to it and you'll get to see this thing, and hopefully it'll have some scratches and scars, and it'll be beat up and a little bit greasy and all that stuff, so that it actually looks as used as it is. And I'll follow up with the overall quality and how it holds up. But this is initial impressions. This is a look at the bag. If you're considering one of these, highly recommend it. Just study the dimensions. Look at the dimensions on the website. Make sure that you understand its capacity. Make sure that you understand how it's going to fit on you, what you're going to use it for. And if the Insidious is a little too big, you could try the Junior. I haven't had a Junior, but the Insidious Junior is very similar to this, just smaller. And so if you don't need quite this much room, the Junior might be for you. I love the way that it's designed as an actual dedicated sling pack. This is not a messenger bag that doubles as a sling. They actually designed this thing to be a sling. And the shape of it, the size of it, is essentially perfect for that role. This is everything I've ever wanted in a sling. It's amazing. So, love it. And for the Insidious and for Defy, hopefully I will try some other Defy products in the future and do some reviews on those that are long-winded and single take and poorly thought out and rambly. And I will see you again in some time when I feel like I've used this enough to give you a firm long-term recommendation. I have a hard time seeing this not holding up given the quality of construction and materials. So, all right. Thanks for watching.